Welcome to part 3 of the training videos on the Org Chart app. In this third video, I will explain how to configure the 3 different Org Chart controls. Here is the Org Chart app, configured on my SharePoint site, connecting to Active Directory data. There are 3 different Org Chart controls. The first is a classic Org Chart with simple controls. The second Org Chart is designed for more complex layout requirements. Finally, you can choose to display persona cards. First, let's look at the Organization Chart 1 control and the configuration options. This control has a simple and easy to read format for presenting the org chart. There are several configurable options accessible in the settings panel for the control. You can easily set the default zoom and whether users will see options to change the zoom. There are a number of other options for controlling how the org chart is presented. By default, it only opens up one level and the user has to expand. You can change the default number of levels which are open. Changing the number of levels can result in the user needing to scroll significantly. Adjusting the maximum content height makes for a better user experience. Large org charts can become cramped when expanding out levels. This is especially true if a person has a high number of direct reports. There is a setting to change the layout to vertical under a specific person if they have more than a number of direct reports. You can change what fields are used to display data on the org chart for name and position. You can also control what actions are available in a person's card when exploring more information about that person on the org chart. Actions are built using Knockout and can reference data used in the app. The default set of social actions are reliant on appropriate data being mapped in the org chart data source. Further information on actions can be found on the videos on the List View Plus app. I can easily delete certain card actions, and then they are no longer displayed when accessing a person's card from the org chart. In addition to controlling the settings for the whole org chart, I can also control the settings for an individual in the org chart. The hierarchy below this person is closed as defined by the settings for the whole control. I can change this to opened for just this person. This presents in a horizontal layout. I can change this setting just for the hierarchy below this person. Let's now look at the options available for the Organization Chart 2 control. Accessing the settings for this control provides some different options. Once again, you can control the default number of levels to open and the default zoom. Additionally, you can change the line type joining the hierarchy in the org chart. Sometimes the org chart will not look well presented with a top-down orientation. The second org chart control gives a number of other options, including displaying left to right. Various user options in the org chart can be enabled or disabled. These are Zoom, Search, Grid View, Print, and Export to Image. The Organization Chart 2 control allows customization of the visual appearance. The theme option sets how each person is displayed in the org chart. You can also set the color used in the org chart. These settings are for the whole of the org chart. You can also customize the visual appearance of one person on the org chart to highlight them in some way. For that person, you can set a different color and theme. The options in the Organization Chart 2 control give you lots of flexibility to present an org chart according to your organization requirements. Finally, let's look at the third type of control for the org chart app. This is persona cards. These are the same cards which are accessed when clicking for more information on a person in the other org chart controls. There are a few options we can configure in the settings panel for the persona cards control. We can set the source for the fields on the information which is displayed on the card. This includes setting the additional information field which is only available on the persona card control. We edit this in the same way as other QuizCom data apps. We can either write knockout or use predefined options to display from item columns. In my example, I'm going to add displaying office location to the persona card. By default, the persona card control only shows one card. This can easily be changed at the bottom of the settings panel. You can move between the different cards being displayed using the arrow controls. In this training video, I showed you the 3 different controls for the org chart app. I demonstrated that each of these controls display the data differently and has a number of configuration options. Thank you for watching this training video. If you need any further information, please contact QuizCom using the details on screen.